So if you're thinking about buying a second home in California, Sonoma County is probably pretty high up on your list. After all, many people consider it close to paradise for second homes, with many rural as well as more urban options to choose from. But what are the most popular types of second homes in this area? So that's what I'll tell you about right now. But first, let's find out why Sonoma County is a paradise for second homes. There are so many different ways to enjoy Sonoma County. It really does offer a variety of lifestyles to suit your different preferences. I mean, if you want a home that's a total escape from urban living, you can find properties with spacious land and stunning vineyard or forest views. But if you still crave the convenience of walking to a restaurant in the evening, there are plenty of great little towns with vibrant local scenes. For those seeking access to amenities like golf clubs or cycling or hiking trails, Sonoma County's got numerous communities that cater to those interests. I mean, golf enthusiasts in particular will find many highly desirable options. I mean, if you're drawn to the river lifestyle, then the Russian River area provides a really unique blend of relaxation and outdoor adventure, perfect for kayaking, swimming, and just enjoying the natural beauty of Sonoma County. I mean, wine lovers will appreciate being right in the heart of wine country with easy access to literally world-renowned vineyards for wine tasting and tours. I mean, the region is also known for exceptional food, offering everything from farm-to-table dining to gourmet restaurants. Another key factor for a second home is the proximity to your primary home. I mean, I know when I was in the UK, I used to have a second home that was a 4-hour drive from London. I mean, it was a total escape, but after 5 years of going there once or twice a month, the journey did get a bit wearing. So if you live in the Bay Area, including the South and the East Bays, you can still get to a lot of great places, literally in a couple of hours from your doorstep, which is just a really manageable amount of journey time. For residents of the South Bay, such as San Jose, Healdsburg's a manageable 2-hour drive away. I mean, if you're coming from Mill Valley, it's even closer, just an hour's drive. However, consider that rural properties often add an extra 10 to 15 minutes to your journey once you leave the main roads, which can add up depending on where your starting point is. For many people in San Francisco, the weather is also a big attraction to get away from the cool, foggy summer days. I mean, Sonoma County's diverse climate offers something for everyone. I mean, if you're escaping the cooler, foggier weather of San Francisco, inland towns like Santa Rosa, Sonoma, and Healdsburg have got really warm summers with average highs in the 80s from literally May through to September, October. Coastal areas such as Bodega Bay, for example, are cooler and foggier year-round with average highs in the 60s, which are obviously influenced by offshore breezes. Additionally, be mindful of microclimates such as those in Sebastopol, where temperatures can vary significantly within the same zip code, especially in areas like the Banana Belt. If you are looking for an area where you can vacation rent your home, then Sonoma again has got lots of different options. I mean, I've worked with numerous clients who have either have had a vacation rental property in Lake Tahoe, but this has got a lot harder with new restrictions that came in there. So while Sonoma County has its own restrictions, there are still lots of options in some great areas to buy a place where you can actually vacation rent it. I mean, don't get me wrong. For some, the idea of renting out their second home isn't appealing, but for others, it's just a way to offset ownership costs. If vacation renting is important to you, do get in touch because we have a website where we only post vacation rental eligible properties. Alternatively, I've got a video all about the best areas in Sonoma County to buy a vacation rental. So I'll put a link in the description below, so do check that out. But of course, you can also call me for personalised advice based on what it is you're looking for. For anyone making a property investment, well, capital appreciation is always important. With property prices soaring during COVID, Sonoma County was an unusual market compared to a lot of other markets because it continued to offer really great price appreciation over the past couple of years, even when other markets were faltering. So right now, we're in a lull with prices falling back a bit, but because it's still a relatively affordable place for people earning Bay Area salaries, it's definitely an area where I'd expect prices to keep on increasing, especially in those areas that are popular for second home buyers. If maximising your returns a priority, you might need to compromise on personal preferences to choose areas popular for second homes, or certainly those areas that are on the rise. And this can definitely enhance your overall investment's long-term value. The other great thing about Sonoma as a second home destination is that there really is a wide variety of prices. Your budget and space requirements will significantly influence the different options you consider for purchasing something. I mean, median prices in Sonoma County vary widely. Across the county, median prices are probably about $800,000, but vary from $600,000 in places like the Russian River to $1.5 million in the coastal area. Your budget will help narrow down the locations that fit your financial plan and lifestyle when ensuring you get the most for your money. But do you know something even better? Why don't you subscribe to my channel to receive new videos just like this one and get updates about living in Sonoma County? I promise you, if you subscribe, I'll continue to bring more and more videos on everything that you need to know about Sonoma County, from the lifestyle to real estate to things to do and much more besides. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And so, where are the most popular places to buy a second home in Sonoma County? Well, Healdsburg is the heart of Sonoma County. Healdsburg's long been the darling of Sonoma County, celebrated for its charm and culinary delights. I mean, it's been voted the second best town in America by Smithsonian Magazine, and recently crowned the #1 foodie city in the US. I mean, Healdsburg is definitely a magnet for those seeking a second home. I mean, 2023, a remarkable 50% of homes were purchased as non-primary residences. I mean, most people prefer homes within a 15-minute walk to the downtown plaza. However, the broader Healdsburg area, spanning 188 square miles, offers rural retreats in Dry Creek Valley and Alexander Valley. I mean, it's worth noting that vacation rentals are restricted in the city, but with some insider knowledge, there are still a few hidden gems where you can buy a property that would be eligible to vacation rent. Unlike any other place in Sonoma County, luxury real estates are booming here, with new developments such as Mill District, Montage, and then places in the North Village. The great thing about Healdsburg for property investors is that it's got a growth management ordinance, so this limits the number of new homes built every year, making it attractive as a long-term investment. I mean, Healdsburg, where I first bought a second home before I moved here full-time. Although I must confess, I did make a bit of a mistake, because I bought a place in Alexander Valley on a road called Chalk Hill, which is probably a 20 to 25 minute drive to Healdsburg, which, as it turns out, it was just, for me personally, it was just too far away for the lifestyle that I wanted. We also bought a place with a plan to knock it down and build a home, but that was a whole other story. We now live 5 minutes from downtown in a more rural place, having tried downtown living. I mean, I'll put a link in the description below where I talk about downtown versus rural living. So the city of Sonoma is also an iconic second home destination like Healdsburg, and it's got a picturesque plaza in the same way that Healdsburg does. I mean, despite its small size, with just over 10,000 residents in a 2.7 square mile area, Sonoma attracts lots of second home buyers. I mean, the east side of town with its high-end homes is particularly desirable, and for those seeking the more rural charm, the northeast and west side areas offer some amazing properties in amazing locations. I mean, Sonoma's definitely popular with higher end vacation rentals, though finding properties eligible for vacation rental permits has become more and more challenged. I mean, we have a dedicated website listing all eligible properties, so if you want access to that, please do reach out at david@brewingtonhargreaves.com. Both Sonoma and Healdsburg are among the more expensive towns, with median prices over $1 million, but with lots of vineyard estate properties selling for 2, 3, 4, 5, and upwards. So if you are looking for the vineyard lifestyle, you won't be disappointed with either of these two places. The next two places to talk about are Glen and Kenwood. I mean, Glen was actually top of my choice when I was searching for a second home originally, thanks to its easy drive from Mill Valley and the allure of local gems like the Glen Star, which is just a great restaurant. Both Glen and Kenwood are really charming towns with great places for food, tasting rooms, and access to Jack London State Park trails, which is a really great state park. Although the 2017 fires affected these areas, they've seen a real resurgence with lots of newly built homes, as well as lots being available for development. Both places offer a unique blend of rural tranquility and close-knit community life, though the demand has driven median prices in these two towns to around $1.5 million, so they've definitely got pretty expensive. The Russian River area is probably the more rustic and affordable options within Sonoma County. Stretching from Forestville to Jenner on the Pacific coast, the Russian River area offers a range of options and generally at lower costs. Guerneville and Monterey are particularly popular for second homes, with numerous properties on the river, especially for those escaping from San Francisco. And with a vibrant gay community and numerous events, the area is always bustling through the summer months. Plus, it's just being 20 minutes from the coast definitely adds to its appeal. And then talking of the coast, the coast is another option. It's definitely dramatic and it's got incredibly desirable. Sonoma Coast attracts second home buyers because it's got huge wide open beaches and it really is an incredibly dramatic landscape. From Sea Ranch's architecturally famous retreats to the scenic cliffs of Sonoma Coast State Park, there's so many different options. Although home prices have surged recently, driven by the ease of obtaining vacation rental permits and the perception of safety from the fires. However, be warned, as you go up the coast, the time it takes to get there from San Francisco can really start to increase pretty dramatically, particularly in places like Sea Ranch. So what about Santa Rosa? This has definitely got a lot of diverse options. While the city of Santa Rosa isn't typically a second home destination, its surrounding areas offer attractive options. The northeast area, like Mark West Springs Road and Reebley Road, feature really high-end homes, many rebuilt after the 2017 fires. So if you are looking for a more rural property, but with new construction, this is a great area to look. Also, not forgetting Shiloh Estates, which gives you the best of both worlds, because all of the homes are on very rural 10, 20, 30 acre sites, but it's a gated community, so you have rural living, but with added security and neighbourhood feel of a gated community. And of course, you've got access to the Mayakama Country Club, literally right on your doorstep. And then Bennett Valley and Sonoma Mountain Road, also in Santa Rosa, provide a really great option for vineyard and mountain scenery, appealing to those who are seeking more of a sort of wine country lifestyle. And then you've got Sebastopol. It's probably one of my favourite places outside of Healdsburg. Sebastopol and its surrounding rural areas are becoming increasingly popular for second homes. And the city has seen a significant investment, like the development of the Barlow Centre, and it also offers some amazing rural properties. It's one of the easier places to get vacation rental permits and has also been relatively unaffected by recent fires. Although median prices are now actually comparable to Healdsburg and Sonoma, Sebastopol does lack the ultra high-end properties of, that are famous in Sonoma and Healdsburg. Okay, so what are the different types of second homes you'll find in Sonoma County? Well, as with most things in Sonoma County, there is a real diversity. You can get everything from a 1920s ranch home to a 6,000 square foot new construction home, and literally everything in between. If you are looking within a city limits, then you'll likely be looking at homes with lots that are smaller than 10,000 square feet. But as soon as you step outside of the city limits, then you might be looking at something from half an acre to 50 acres. So much of the type of home you're looking for depends on if you want something totally turnkey and lock up and leave, or if you're happy to take on a bigger property that will need ongoing maintenance, but you're happy to hire help to keep on top of all of the maintenance that comes with a bigger, more rural property. I've got clients who've tried both extremes. One client who bought a new construction home in a part of Santa Rosa that had an ADU, so they could rent out the main home and then use the ADU as a bolt hole for them, to another client that bought a 65-acre ranch with its own trails and a home that needed a ton of work. The attraction for this client was to buy a property where his kids could grow up on a big ranch and play around on tractors and farm equipment, which is far removed from their San Francisco urban existence. There's no right and wrong way to do it. It's just important to think of the practicalities as well as to think about fulfilling your dream. No one wants to think about the cost of propane or the work it takes to keep a rural property safe from fire, or maintaining a private drive, but these are the practicalities of rural living. I work with a company called Sonoma Second Homes that takes away the headaches, but of course that's something you'll need to budget for. But you also need to consider, what's the ultimate goal? I mean, is it to just have a place to get away from the city that you want to rent, or do you actually want to start a vineyard or set up a farm? I mean, by the way, if you are moving to Sonoma County from out of the area, make sure to grab my Sonoma County relocation guide. I'll put a link in the description below. There you'll find everything you need to know before moving here. A breakdown of the area, the things to do, the different neighborhoods, and way more besides. So make sure to check it out. So who should and who shouldn't invest in a second home in Sonoma County? Well, let's start off with those who should. I mean, if you do live in the Bay Area in a condo or within the city, there's no better way to unwind than come and enjoy the fresh air and nature that Sonoma County has to offer. I mean, not to mention the sunshine. If you're looking to diversify your investment portfolio over the long term, then real estate has always historically done well. I mean, I've never met anyone who, over a 10 to 15 year period, has regretted buying real estate. If you're halfway in between, then consider buying something in Sonoma County, either as a mid-term rental with 30 to 90 day rents, or else a short-term rental, so that you've got a great property investment, but you also get to enjoy it with your friends and family. So who shouldn't buy a place up in Sonoma County as a second home? While Sonoma County is a lot cheaper than many other places in the Bay Area, if you aren't able to afford a property of, say, more than $600,000, you might be better off looking at a property investment in another market where homes are that much cheaper, but where you can still expect to get some good capital appreciation. If you're a passionate skier with a couple of young kids, then maybe investing in a place like Tahoe would make more sense for you and your family, particularly if you want to go to Tahoe through the winter anyway. You may as well kill two birds with one stone. And the reason that I have clients who prefer Sonoma over Tahoe is the fact that it's so easy to get to, and so they feel that they get more year-round use out of the property than they would a place in Tahoe. So if you made it to this point in the video, there's a good chance that you're thinking about buying your next home, or investing in this area, or buying a second home, or indeed selling your current one. We'd love to be your real estate resource of choice, so just email me at david@brewingtonhargreaves to get started. I mean, our team's the #1 team in Sonoma County, helping over 70 families in 2023 with nearly $80 million worth of homes bought and sold. I mean, we'd love to help you, whether you want a second home, or you're looking at a vacation rental, or if you just need to get inside access to new construction or new homes that are coming on the market. And hey, before you go, if you like this video, you'll love my next video all about everything you need to know before you move to Sonoma County. There, I'll break down the A to Z of the different areas, what it's like living here, and way more besides, so do make sure to check it out. See you in the next video.